The day you realize you'll never be rich. There is a specific Tuesday, not a dramatic one. No one fired you, no one died. You just stop, mid-scroll, mid-spreadsheet, mid-life, and something in your chest quietly closes a door you didn't know was still open. You don't cry, you don't panic, you just sit there, doing math you've done 100 times before. Except this time, the math finally lands. You are 38 years old. You check your retirement account, then your salary, then your age. Then you do the thing you've avoided doing for 16 years. You calculate how rich you'll actually become. At this pace, with this job, with these habits, the number arrives, and it's not rich. It's fine. You'll be fine. Fine was never the dream. Nobody quietly gives up on wealth in one moment. It happens over 16 years, one missed door at a time. And tonight, you finally see all of them at once. Age 22, the beginning. You are 22, new job, first real salary, $48,000. You tell your roommate you're going to be rich by 35. He laughs, not meanly, the way people laugh at something they used to believe too. You don't laugh, you mean it. You buy a notebook, you write down goals, retire by 45, own a home by 30, invest aggressively. The notebook sits in your desk drawer, full of certainty. You don't know yet that certainty is the cheapest thing you'll ever own. It costs nothing to believe this at 22. Believing gets expensive later. First paycheck. Your first paycheck hits, $1,400 every 2 weeks. You do the responsible thing. You open a 401k, you put in 4%, just enough to get the match. You tell yourself you'll increase it later, when you make more. Later becomes a word you say so often, it stops meaning anything. Age 24, the first door. You are 24. A friend from college texts you. He's doing something called angel investing, a startup, $2,000 minimum. You have $2,400 in savings. You think about it for 3 days. You decide you can't afford to lose it. You keep the $2,400. He puts in $2,000. You don't think about it again for 6 years. You don't know it yet, but that startup becomes a name you'll recognize on the news one day. You weren't wrong to be cautious. Caution isn't the villain here. But this is the first door, and you just watched it close without knowing it was a door at all. The promotion. That same year, you get a small promotion, $54,000 now. You feel like you're ahead. You're not ahead. You're on schedule. The notebook in your drawer says you should have $8,000 invested by now. You have $3,100. You don't check the notebook. Checking the notebook would mean admitting something, so you don't. Age 26. Lifestyle creep. You are 26. Another raise. $62,000. You move into a nicer apartment. $400 more a month. You tell yourself you earned it. You did earn it. That's the part that makes it dangerous. Every upgrade feels justified because every upgrade is paid for with money you worked hard for. You lease a car, $340 a month. Nothing crazy, nothing reckless, just a normal life slowly costing more than the version of you that was supposed to get rich. The math you don't do. If you'd kept the old apartment, if you'd kept the old car, the difference is $740 a month. Invested at market average over 30 years, that's $1.4 million. You don't know this number yet. Nobody hands you this number. It just sits in the future, waiting for the night you finally calculate it. Age 28. The wedding. You are 28. You get married. The wedding costs $34,000. You and your spouse split it with your parents. You tell yourselves it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It is, that's true. But once in a lifetime is a phrase that gets used 6 more times over the next decade. The kitchen renovation, once in a lifetime. The anniversary trip, once in a lifetime. Each one true, each one real, each one a door closing somewhere you can't see. A friend's choice. Your college roommate, the one who laughed at your goal, gets married the same year. Courthouse, 12 people, a dinner afterward, $2,800 total. You thought he gave up on something. He didn't. He just stopped buying the version of life that looks successful and started buying the version that compounds. Age 31, the real estate window. You are 31. Your city's housing market is still reasonable. A coworker buys a duplex, rents half of it, lives free. You think about it. You run the numbers. You'd need $40,000 down. You have $19,000. You tell yourself next year. Next year, the prices rise 14%. The year after that, they rise again. The window doesn't slam shut, it just gets quieter and quieter, until one day you stop checking listings altogether, because checking listings means feeling something you don't want to feel. The coworker's life. 5 years later, that coworker owns 2 more properties. He didn't get lucky. He got there 4 years before you would have looked. Timing wasn't his advantage. Starting was. Age 33. The kids. You are 33. You have your first child. The math changes completely. Daycare is $1,400 a month, more than your old rent. You and your spouse talk about the 401k. You reduce your contribution, just for now. You tell yourself, just for now. Just for now becomes 3 years. 3 years becomes the years where the market grows 47%. Money you didn't have invested doesn't grow. It just sits in the place money sits when it's needed somewhere else. Nobody blames you for this. Your kid needed daycare. This isn't a story about failure. It's a story of 100 reasonable decisions that all individually made complete sense. The quiet subtraction. Each decision on its own was right. The wedding was right. The apartment was right. The kid was right. But wealth was never destroyed by one wrong decision. It was diluted by 1,000 right ones that all cost something. Age 35. The side hustle. You are 35. You try to catch up. You start a side hustle, a small online store. You wake up at 5 a.m. for 8 months. You make $1,200 total. After expenses, $310. You shut it down. You tell people it wasn't worth your time. The truth is more complicated. It wasn't that it wasn't worth it. It's that you needed it to work immediately. And the things that actually build wealth rarely work immediately. They work eventually. Eventually is a word you've run out of patience for. The comparison. Your old roommate posts something online. His startup investment. The $2,000 he put in at 24. It's sold. His stake is worth $186,000. You stare at the screen. You don't feel angry. You feel something quieter. You feel like you watched a door close in a room you didn't know you were standing in. Age 37. The audit. You are 37. Your company does layoffs. You survive them. But you spend a weekend doing something you've avoided for years. A full financial audit. Every account, every debt, every asset. Retirement, $61,000. Savings, $8,400. Home equity, $22,000. Total net worth, $91,800. You are 37 years old. You do the math on what 37 was supposed to look like. The notebook from age 22 said $400,000 by now. You are $308,000 behind your own plan. Not behind the world's plan, your own. The real grief. This is the part nobody prepares you for. It's not the number that hurts. It's realizing the number was always going to be this. You didn't make one mistake. You made the median decision every single time. And the median decision, quietly, reliably, builds a median life. Age 38. The Tuesday you are 38. This is the Tuesday from the beginning. You open the retirement calculator. You type in your current balance, your monthly contribution, your age. You hit calculate. At 65, assuming nothing changes, $640,000. You stare at it. $640,000 sounds like a lot until you remember it has to last 20 to 30 years. Until you do the division. $640,000 over 25 years is $25,600 a year, before taxes, before inflation, before anything goes wrong. You are not going to be rich. You are going to be fine. The acceptance. And here's the part that surprises you. You don't cry. You don't spiral. You just feel something settle, quietly, the same way a house settles after years of small shifts nobody notices. You think about the notebook in the drawer. You haven't opened it in 12 years. You almost go get it. You don't. The conversation with your spouse. That night, you tell your spouse, "I don't think we're going to be rich." Your spouse doesn't react the way you expect. Your spouse says, "I know. I've known for a while." You ask why they never said anything. They say, because you needed to find that out on your own. Not because it was a secret, because it was a feeling, and feelings don't transfer through a sentence someone else says to you. The quiet relief. Something strange happens after that conversation. It doesn't feel like defeat. It feels like the floor finally stops moving. For 16 years, you were running calculations against a version of yourself that was always going to be theoretical. Tonight, for the first time, you're calculating against the version of yourself that's actually real. Age 39. The second notebook. You are 39. You open a new notebook, not the old one, a new one. You don't write rich by 45. You write increase contribution by 2% this year. You write no new debt. You write talk to a financial advisor in March. None of it sounds like a documentary. None of it sounds like a TikTok. It sounds like the kind of plan a person makes after they stop performing ambition and start actually building something. The old roommate. Your old roommate calls you that month, the one with the $186,000 stake. He tells you he put almost all of it back into another startup. It failed. He's back to zero. He laughs about it. The same laugh from 17 years ago. He says, "I'll get the next one." You used to envy his swings. Tonight, you don't. Not because you're better than him, because you finally understand you were never playing his game. You were just comparing your slow road to his fast one and judging your distance by his speedometer. Here's what nobody tells you about the day you realize you'll never be rich. It's not the day you give up. It's the day you stop being lied to by your own younger self. The 22-year-old who wrote that notebook didn't know what you know now. He didn't know about daycare, about the housing window, about how slowly side hustles actually pay off, about how a wedding and a kid and a layoff all arrive at the worst possible moments for compounding. He wasn't wrong to dream. He just didn't know the dream had a cost. And the cost wasn't failure. The cost was a normal life, lived at a normal pace, with normal love and normal mistakes. What you actually have. $91,800 became $104,000 the next year, not because anything dramatic happened, because you stopped pretending the old plan still applied and started building a plan that fit the person you actually are. You will not retire at 45. You will probably retire close to 67. Your number will be $640,000, maybe more if the new notebook works. It's not the dream, but the dream was never really about a number. The dream was about not being afraid of the math. And tonight, for the first time in 16 years, you're not afraid of it anymore. Closing reflection. Somewhere, right now, someone is 22, writing a number in a notebook, certain, so certain they will be the exception. They will beat the average. They will retire by 45. They don't know yet about the daycare, the wedding, the housing window that closes quietly. They don't know that the day they realize they'll never be rich isn't actually the worst day of their financial life. It's the most honest one. The version of them sitting in this exact moment still has every door in front of them. They just don't know yet which ones they'll choose to walk through and which ones will close so quietly they won't even notice it until they're 38, doing math at a kitchen table, finally calculating the truth instead of the dream.